Hi guys, Shane A. Mason here, the author of the Amiga Children. And what we're doing today is we're going to do some reading from it, and over the next few weeks or months we're going to try and read the entire book in 5 or 10 minute segments. Now the reason we're doing this is a lot of people like the book, and I know out there's a lot of people offering a lot of books, so this is a way of having a quick listen to it while you're driving, doing the dishes, making dinner, and seeing if it's something that you like. And of course, if you like it, you can sign up, and the sign up details will be underneath, coming across in a line. Yep. And thank you, Katherine. You can get book 1 free. This is Katherine. Katherine's one of my #1 fans.
Hi. I've helped Shane edit a lot.
Yes,
He's always finding mistakes. Like, soon you'll find about this character called Scout. Instead of Scout shouted, he put Scouted shouted.
So I've edited this book thousands of times. The crazy thing about that is no matter how much you edit, your eyes just gloss over things and you miss it. This young lady here has been finding lots of, I'm not going to say mistakes, I'm going to say she's just found interesting ways I've put the words. Katherine's only 11 years old, and she's chugged away through book 1, book 2, and she's plowing away through book 3. Now, interestingly enough, I've had a lot of feedback from adults who love this book. Originally, I wrote this for 13 to 18-year-olds, but I found a lot of adults love these books. I call them kid adults. It's a deep, intriguing mystery set around 4 cousins. So what we're going to do now, we're going to read the blurb on the back for you.
4 cousins, 2 guys, Ari and Quixote, and 2 girls, Melaleuca and Lexington, face a great mystery. What has become of their parents? Who attacked them? And why? As they try to answer these questions, they are whisked away against their will to a 1600-year-old civilization hidden between New Zealand and the South Pole, only to find greater mysteries.
Raised by their parents miles from anywhere, the cousins have spent their life without rules, and instead have been taught how to teach themselves and how to have strong boundaries. Most unusual of all is they play games all day long instead of going to school. When their valley is attacked by unknown men, they are hidden in the hills by their parents, and Melaleuca is put in charge. They are told to carry on playing games, which strikes them all as odd. The smoke and fire are real, are they not? A would-be rescuer turns up and leads them to this hidden civilization and to the truth of their parents' past, and a secret hidden for hundreds of years. They discover a room full of thousands of costumes dating back thousands of years. Wearing the costumes transfers the costume's abilities and power to the wearer. The costumes are the key to solving the many mysteries that unfold before them. Though at first it seems like a fun adventure, it soon becomes ominous as events turn deadly serious.
So they're going to be reading The Amiga Children, The Return of the Marauders, an action adventure mystery by Shane A. Mason.
So Katherine, what did you think of the book?
Oh, it's really good.
What's something you really loved about it?
The cousins.
The cousins, yeah?
The things that happen in their belly. I don't want to give it all away.
Yeah, I know. She wants to tell you a lot about it, but that will give the story away. Should we just crack on?
Chapter 1, The Raid.
The Raid. Here we go. The hair on the back of Melaleuca Arnold's neck shot up, and a shiver ran through her body. She reached for her torch and flicked it on, peering around the upper story of the half-room, half-balcony. Her cousins, Quixote, Ari and Lexington Arnold, slumbered away, their shadowy forms strewn across one another like a jumbled litter of kittens. She rose up and strode to the open balcony, and with a sharp stare searched the darkness of the valley and beyond, all the way to the outlines of hills and mountains against a backdrop of stars. A sweet scent of mountain beech laced the still night air, and she smelt familiar tussock and pine aromas. She leant out over the balcony's edge and checked above her. The branches of an oversized Moreton Bay fig tree stretched beyond the house.
They created gentle camouflage.
Her father had said,
to stop prying the eyes.
Though from whose she had never been told. Silence came from the house and the valley, lots of silence, in fact too much silence. A burst of light at the end of the valley spat out into the darkness, followed by a tremendous boom. It echoed around the valley, and a roaring noise rushed towards Melaleuca. She ducked, and an explosion in front of the house shook the floor and spilt dust from the ceiling. Intense heat swirled past her face. In an instant, Ari's thick-set body appeared at her side. He pushed his woolly bob of hair out of his face and focused. What was that?
It was... I don't know.
It's okay, we'll work it out, Ari said, and turned to the others. She grabbed him, pulling him to face her.
It means danger.
Quixote appeared and wedged his wiry body between them, trying to hog their spot at the balcony's edge. He craned his head left and right. His bobbing, dishevelled head formed a silhouette against the star-streaked sky. What is it? Is it lightning? Volcanoes? Rockets? Maybe balls of fire from the sky? Well... Melaleuca stepped back, listened and tried to focus. She needed a clue, a sound, a glimpse of something, anything that would tell her what to do next. In a few seconds, her cousins would turn to her for directions.
Ari, what do you think? Quick!
Oh, never heard anything like it. Quixote's head, silhouetted, moved back and forth. I can't see a thing. Stinks of farts, though. It's probably just a test. Or it's Dad on the toilet again. Another explosion thundered in the distance, this time followed by a whistling sound that got closer and closer and closer and...
Boom!
The explosion knocked them off their feet and they sprawled backwards.
Ow!
Lexington cried out.
Get off, Quixote!
Noises and fumbling as if wrestling came from where she lay.
Quixote, give it back!
Melaleuca shone the torch in her direction. Like a deer in headlights, Quixote froze, grinning, and held a notebook and pen in his hand.
Give it back to her!
Melaleuca said. Quixote offered the notebook to Lexington, snatching it back each time she reached for it. Through Lexington's shamble of waist-length, all-burn hair, Melaleuca could see a hurt look on her face.
Now, Quixote!
Ari stepped into the torchlight and cuffed him around the head, and he dropped it. The door to the room flew open, bashing against the wall. Their mothers rushed in, candles in hand, faces bursting with redness. Beads of sweat trickled down their face, and as they panted and struggled to talk, the flickering candle danced shadows across their worry-lined foreheads. Identical sisters, they all shared the same stricken look of panic. Melaleuca shone her torch at them.
Mom?
Lexington leapt up and shoved past Melaleuca.
I think it's a bomb.
Lexington said, holding up her notebook.
I've never seen one, but the loud noises, sulphurous smell, dust and shaking.
Quixote threw himself between the girls, tripped and fell on the floor. It was Dad. He blew.
Listen.
Lexington's mother yelled.
It's not a drill, it's real.
The mothers nodded, and Melaleuca saw the chilling looks they exchanged.
What shall we do?
Melaleuca asked, holding her hand up to the cousins. Her mother flashed a weak smile at her question, and longing and hurt filled her eyes. Another faraway explosion, this time louder, shook the house and jarred her back to the urgent present. She produced a backpack and shoved it at Melaleuca and shook a piece of clothing, a bizarre suit of two halves, and pushed it onto Melaleuca's body. Zipping up the sides, she enveloped her in a green camouflage suit. Melaleuca faced her cousins, and they too had been zipped into similar suits, though their pockets bulged with objects. As her cousins started to fidget and explore the contents, Ari's mother shouted at them.
Explore later. Follow us now.
She darted out the door and descended the stairs. Melaleuca dashed after her, following her weak candlelight, her cousins and their mothers in tow. Another explosion rocked the house, and Melaleuca watched as their mothers blew the candles out, plunging them into pitch blackness. Drifts of acrid smoke wafted inside, and the voices of many men converging on the house could be heard.
I can't see,
Lexington said. Said one of the mothers. Neither can I, said Ari in a low voice. Melaleuca felt for her mother, though her mother grabbed her first.
Everyone, keep up,
Melaleuca's mother said, and launched them through the darkness. Through the labyrinth of corridors, twisting and turning with uncanny accuracy, they ran, somehow missing objects in the dark. Melaleuca fought the urge to duck and shield her eyes. Each time she slowed down, her mother yanked her forward. Soon the many voices, the shouting and the smell of smoke no longer penetrated deep into the house, and they halted. The noise of Lexington's pencil scribbled in the dark.
Can someone explain?
Wait, Melaleuca felt for the front of her mother.
What's going on? I said wait.
A creaking sound clawed into the silence, and the sound of a body throwing itself against the wall accosted Melaleuca's ears, and then a large flump burst forth, followed by a rush of cool night air. As their eyes adjusted, the black and grey shapes of distant hills and nearby trees came into focus. The mothers tugged them through the secret escape door one by one. In the moonless night, the four mothers stood there, checking their children.
Where's Quixote?
His mother said, and turned back to the opening.
Quixote, get out here!
No reply came.
Quixote!
The mothers pulled the remaining cousins back, away from the house, and beheld a sight above it. Orange light danced and moved rapidly around, lightly licking the trees and the hillside, casting raw, moving shadows, the sort created by a raging fire. Tendrils of smoke plumed into the air, and particles like that of burnt wood and paper drifted up amongst tiny incandescent cinders. Quixote's mother peered into the black opening.
I can't see him. How can you see anything? It's dark.
Lexington said. Quixote's mother leapt back inside.
Go! I'll find him and meet you.
The darkness swallowed her. So that's half of chapter 1.
Now we're just going to revise the book a bit.
So Katherine just reminded me that what we're going to do now is have a wee bit of a discussion about it. So if you don't want to hear the discussion, stop now and move on to the next video where we will carry on reading the story. So what we're going to do after each video is just have a bit of a chat about what's happened in the story. So what do you think's happening so far, Katherine?
Well, their valley's being attacked by some strange men.
And their mothers are identical quadruplets.
Yeah, it's weird.
And the house.
And Quixote's gone missing.
Quixote's gone missing in a house that's obviously got a secret escape tunnel.
Yeah, they're lucky. They're going to play all day.
Why would you have a house with a secret escape tunnel?
Maybe just in case. Who knows?
Well, it makes you think that maybe the parents were expecting something.
Yeah, but who knows?
We'll have to carry on reading, won't we? Thanks for listening. If you want to know what happens next, it's the next video. So we'll talk to you and see you in the next video. See ya.
Ciao.
Ciao.